through IIIT Hyderabad and internship certifications, workshops and all. And all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your explanation of Fmml and the whole kite programs. And now we have our principal ma'am, Revati ma'am, who is actually supporting us from very long time, and we hope she can speak some few words about Fmml program.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. And today's chief guest, Dr. Raju. We are very pleasure to have you here, sir. So you are all FML batch, right? Hope you all learned a lot of things from Foundation of Modern Machine Learning program offered by IIIT Hyderabad, right? Is the program really helpful for you? Is it really gave good learning experience to all of you? Yes. So now our professor from IIIT is here to guide you further. Okay, just take his inputs. Okay, blindly follow whatever instructions given by IIIT people, because that will surely develop your career. Just trust that. Okay. So, and you should attend all the classes offered by IIIT people. Okay. Don't miss any of the classes. Okay. Whether it is online or offline, you should be attending. Please attend all the classes. And how many of you done projects? These are all second year. Okay. So you're going to done. You want to be part of projects, right? All the best. Do lot of projects. Learn lot of things from IIIT Hyderabad. And once again on this platform, from my bottom of my heart, I'm appreciating IIIT Hyderabad coming forward and giving suggestions to our students. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And guys, we have someone from IIIT, and he's gonna give the whole facts of Fmml, and hope you are all excited to listen about Fmml, right? Are you excited, guys? So let's listen. Okay, now let's listen from your seniors who have done some projects based on machine learning and based on Fmml. And let's call N. Maunika and Nagababu to present a project here.
One will share explanation.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Pankaj, I'm from fourth year. I'm here to share my experience about the Fmml program. So, the Fmml program will be 55 weeks, like a 1 year program. So, we will have every week assignments, and we will have checkpoints like monthly tests in which we can score better marks. So that by monthly tests we will get the grades for the last Fmml certification. So in Fmml program, we will start from the foundations like from all the machine learning study concepts. So it is a good opportunity to take the Fmml course. For beginner also, it will be easy to learn the machine learning courses. You will have it okay, machine learning is okay, machine learning branches have the benefit. But nowadays the machine learning will, irrespective of branches, the machine learning will be used in all other branches. Whether it will be data science or cyber security or any computer science program. The machine learning course is a major taking input as in which we use all the software companies. So I think Fmml program is the best course which is provided by our IIIT as well. I thank RK sir for constantly pushing us here as in this major foundation of machine learning course. So thank you.
Respected dignitaries, Professor Figuralu sir, and respected principal man, and Ramakrishna sir, and Ramcharan sir, and my dear juniors, good morning everyone. I am Nagbabu from third year IIT branch. So, today now I am here to explain my project, to present my project, that is web application for classifying images of handwritten digits from 0 to 9 using minutes dataset. Using CNN. So here minutes dataset is the largest handwritten digits library where you can from this type of in minutes dataset you can find this type of handwritten digits. So this is a large database of the handwritten digits that is called minutes dataset. And so in my project I use libraries this torch, NumPy, plus unicorn, matplotlib, pillow, Python. So let's give a small introduction about these libraries. So this PyTorch is a Python package that provides tensor computation and deep learning techniques. And here we use NumPy also. So NumPy is for numerical operations. And here I made this project using Classweb framework. For that, I used a HTTP server that is unicorn. And this matplotlib is a data visualization library. And the pillow is used for processing images in Python. And Flake is like a code base for errors and styling issues and complexity. So here I use the main algorithm that is CNN, that is convolution neural networks. So this is a neural network architecture programming. So here I will give you a handwritten digit input and it will passes through the kernels and we have a max pooling. So all these layers it will pass the information and so we have neurons and we have acquisition functions to improve the accuracy and so here max pooling is a convolution process where the kernel extract the maximum value of the area it covers. So in between N1 and N2 channels, these are the max pooling layer, right? So that extract the maximum value from where the kernel occupies the area. And in convolution neural networks, the kernel is nothing but a filter that is used to extract the features from the image. And the acquisition function defines the output of a neuron from a given set of multiple neurons. So what I have provided pictures in a project. So in the user interface, I can draw a 1-digit number in the center of the box. So let me go to the interface. It will be like this. Let me write a 0 to 9, a 1-digit number here. And so you can see that is showing the probability of that handwritten digit and it's showing the interpretation of that handwritten digit number. And so here we have a clear option also. We can try from 0 to 9, you can try any of the numbers. So it gives a probability and interpretation of the model. So it's based on the PyTorch and CNN. So and next I want to show is so this is how you are doing projects in FML course. No, you are not creating the web applications here. So you are learning core subject of machine learning. So when we do projects in FML, so here in FML course we will introduce a Google Colab. So in that Google Colab we will do the projects. So I will show an example project that is New York City taxi fare prediction. So basically, in FML course, we all did all assignments and projects in the Google Colab. This is how you are doing the projects in the FML course in Google Colab. So, for example, I did a New York taxi fare prediction. So here I used a regression model where goal is to predict the fare amount of the taxi ride based on the various features such as pickup and drop off location coordinates, pickup time, and number of passengers. And I trained the model using linear regression and Bayesian regression, random forest, and XGBoost, and evaluated that model performance using mean square, error, and MAE and R square. So, what is the basic outline of doing projects here? First thing is importing necessary libraries. This is an example outline for doing any projects or data projects and machine learning projects in Google Colab. That is, first of all, you have to import the necessary libraries, and we have to upload dataset using google.colab command, and we have to load the dataset using pandas. And if needed, we have to perform the data preprocessing steps. And if needed, we have to perform feature engineering also. And we have to develop data set into training and testing data sets, and we have to train our model by algorithms, and we have to evaluate the performance of the model. And if needed, we can also visualize the results and just stroke graphs, heat maps, etc. So coming to my project, so the first step I did here is importing necessary libraries, that is NumPy, Pandas, Simon, Visaka, Python libraries. So in my first project, I imported necessary libraries, and I want to import my data set from my computer location to this Google Drive. So for that, I use Google Drive and importing files. So for this use, I can upload my data set, and I am loading my data set through Pandas, and I want to visualize how many features, which are the features are there in my data set. So I use df columns, and I visualizing what are the columns in my data set. And so these are all data. Next step is to database processing. So in database processing, first of all, you are checking for null value, null entries, and you are processing that null values through. So here, basically, you are printing the taxes there. For that, you are extracting filters like hour, date, month, year, day of the week from date time picker. So here, basically, the date time format will be year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds. So I am extracting features from that whole format to a single hour and pick up day and pick up month and month, year, and pick day of the week. So here I am visualizing the dimensions of my data set. My data set, and remove the negative fair amount. And so here for reading the fair amount, I am calculating the Harrison distance, and we are converting the categorical values to numerical. For that, I am doing a feature engineering. So through getDom is function, I can convert the categorical to numerical, and splitting the data set into training and testing sets. And I'm training my model on linear regression and ability that performance flow, mean square error, mean absolute error, and R square. And I also performing model on training tree, baseline tree regressor, and ability that performance. So, and I also use a random forest regressor and exhibit regressor. From observing that MSC, MAE, R-square metrics, all two regression models and exhibit regressor perform well. At last, I am visualizing the result of the algorithms, linear regression, extended regression, and random forest regression, and exhibit regression. So guys, this is how we were doing projects in Fmml course. So we were using Google, and we also know about GitHub. So these all technologies we will introduce in Fmml course. Before the wrap up my session, I would like to suggest that to my juniors. So please utilize this course, because I need to say one thing. So my first project about machine learning started from this Fmml course. So with use of this knowledge, I did two intensives. One is data science and AI. So with the help of this knowledge, I did two intensives. So utilize this course properly. This is definitely useful to you, because recently and today I attended a NPTEL training session. So in that, you are in second year, right? In your second year only, you are learning about machine learning. But so in SME session, in NPTEL session, so there are various people from various backgrounds. They are doing job. They are learning machine learning now in NPTEL course. So you are very quite lucky, because you are learning machine learning in second year only. So that's why please utilize course properly and follow regularly. Don't miss out any class, because if you miss out any class, so if you did not follow regularly, you cannot understand the concept. So Professor Anup sir and Sikera sir and other professors also teaching very nicely. No one can teach like that. So please follow regularly and don't wait for to join that course. I have to join. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagababu, for presenting your project so beautifully. And now let's hear from Maulika, who is going to present her project.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Monica. I'm from CSM Domains. Today I'm going to present my project, which is nothing but IPL score prediction, which I have done earlier. This is my first ML project, which I can say. In this project, we all know that IPL is a famous Premier League in our country and all over the world. And we are all eagerly waiting for the IPL in every year, right? So, let's do something interesting with this project. So, I built an app which can predict a score before, so that we can predict winning chances of each team. This is the introduction of my project, and about project. This project I have done mainly using machine learning and Flash web framework. Here, machine learning I used to predict my output, and Flash I used to connect my backend and to display the score. And the technologies I have used in this project are mainly linear regression and mixed regression, and the other technologies I have also used are HTML, CSS, and Flash. And coming to linear regression, what is meant by linear regression? Did anyone know here? Here, linear regression is nothing but the correlation between independent and dependent variables, where independent variables will represent on x-axis and dependent variables will represent on y-axis. Here we also find it is also used to find the best fitting line. This is all about linear regression. And coming to rich regression, what is meant by rich regression? Rich regression is also known as anti-regression. It is also used to like in regression we have an equation like y equals to mx, where x is independent variable, m is slope, and y is dependent variable. Here in rich regression, the slope is considered as a weight, and we reduce the weight here, and we reduce the weight to prevent overfitting condition. This is all about rich regression. And let me show you the source code of the project. Okay. This is all about my project. In my project, I imported some of the libraries like Pickle, Joblib, and all. Pickle is used to pickling data, and Joblib is used to perform multiple tasks parallelly. And I use Flask web framework to connect my backend. And I have inputted the venues and the backend on bowling things in my code. And let's see the output of my code.
Guys, this is how my output looks like. Here we'll give batting team and bowling team, and here we'll give the stadium and the runs they have scored in previous 5 overs. Here we'll give batting team and bowling team, and we have to give any of the stadium and overs they have scored in last 5 overs and runs they have scored in previous 5 overs, and wickets have fallen in this previous overs which we have given before, and we have to give runs scored in previous 5 overs and wickets taken in previous 5 overs. Then we'll predict score. Then we'll get the score is around some value. This how my project will work. This all about my project. Thank you. And coming to Fmml course, in Fmml course, we mainly learn about machine learning. We all know that. In this we can learn from the basic level to the advanced level as well. So use this course in a proper way so that you can excel in machine learning. And we all have already completed the course, and we have learned something. We have gained something which is very useful for us in our career. So utilize this opportunity well, and try to enroll in this course as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica, for presenting your project with me. And now we have another student from 4th year. Now she is reading 4th year, and now please Naga Prasanna, who is going to present her project in based on machine learning. Good morning, everyone. So, am I audible? So, respected dignitaries and all the juniors, good morning, everyone. So, today I am here to share my experience with my project. Like whenever you feel bored through learning, like while writing and reading, you just have to play with your learnings. So, while playing with your learnings, you will understand a lot of things, like developing. So here you have seen 2 projects, right? So they are showing you some web technologies. You have to implement your learnings through web technologies or some Python applications, which helps your learnings to improve more. So here is my one of my projects, that is hand gestures through Python. Hand gestures, controlling volume through hand gestures. Maybe you will fight with your brother something for remote, right? So instead of this, you are familiar with Alexa. By clapping, you can on the lights. So all these are under machine learning and AI technology. So familiar to these, my project is hand gestures, controlling volume through hand gestures. Here you can see that I have used a CV2 module, which is for computer vision. This helps in developing pattern recognition, which takes the inputs from hands and converts it into RGB. Like from computer vision to RGB, then it directly by using some media pipe libraries. Like I have used another module called media pipe. This will help in using all the media pipelines from the Google. From Google, we can use all the media pipelines. And next, numbers. I think you all are familiar with numbers. For representing arrays, so on, we will use numbers. Next, coming to context and C types, Python is all are used for developing from hand gestures to they will modify. I told you that from computer vision to we will transfer it to RGB. Then from RGB, we will convert it to media by using media pipelines. We use these C types and COM types. I will give you more clarity by running this. For that, I will play some YouTube video. We'll play kite videos. Okay. Here we have a kite promo regarding artificial intelligence and data science, right? So I am going to play this video and show you how my project works. See, you can see that I am playing this. I can reduce the volume. Can you hear? When I am extending my hand size, we are going to increase the volume. Whenever I decrease my hand size, then we are going to reduce. Can you hear? Sound. Modifications in sound. I'm trying to extend it longer. We'll play some long video. Or you can observe here. When decreasing, you can see here under the volume panel. Can you see? So this is all about my project, and here you are getting some calculations. This is which is developed by you. These are some Euclidean distance that is calculated between your index finger and thumb finger. The size of like we are going to calculate Pythagoras Euclidean distance from these two fingers. Based on this calculation, we are going to implement this project. This is all about my project. So coming to FMML, when your learnings are consistency, you need to learn consistently. Like we are using some numpys, matplotlib, everything is based on ML. From basic level to advanced level, that data visualization, everything will happen when you do or work consistently. You have to implement your daily learnings to your project. Like they will provide some lab assignments which will help our learnings. Like you need to implement the lab assignments and post in your Gits. So this is all about the FMML program, and try to implement develop applications which will help your learnings more and more. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasanna, for such wonderful project explanation. Now we are here for the main session. Like we are gonna listen from our expert, Professor C.K. Raju sir, who came from all the way from Hyderabad. He's gonna tell us some few facts about the program. What do you say?
Good afternoon. So, firstly, sorry for keeping you in waiting mode for long. Okay, so we were busy traveling, and in between we had seen your K Hub also. That's a nice environment setup so that you can learn things faster. So I'm here not to promote FML. Okay, so that promotion is already done by your seniors. I guess maybe because I know that you are new to this discipline, this topic, but I just show you some of the glimpses of what AI can do. Okay, will that be okay? Okay. I will not try to bother you with theories and equations. We have one full year with us if you are joining the course. And as part of this course, the course has been curated by some of the senior professors at IT, and they have done lots of research there in the way it should be delivered to students, so that students understand it. And what they say normally is that currently after this course, after doing this course, will I get a job? Okay, so Professor Anup Nambudri, who anchors this course in the lectures, he says that we train students not for their first job, but for their last job. Okay? So the last job in their career is what Professor Anup is aiming at when this course is being taught. So I just what I do here is I briefly tell you, maybe just in between, I'll show you some videos. I just got some videos, not prepared by me, but prepared by a company which produces the GPU, General Processing Unit, the graphics card, which is used in machine learning applications. Okay. So the company has profiled some of the applications in various domains, and it has collated and made it in a beautiful format. And we'll just see how they have used it. Okay, so they have picked up best examples from all over the world for us to see and evaluate. Okay. So this has been done over a period of 6 years, 6 or 7 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So I'll briefly show you some of the years now. So you can see from 2017 onwards to 2023, all these years, they have modified the best cases in certain domains, and they are just showing it to us. Okay. So I just invite your attention to the first video.
I am a visionary, explorer, universe data to sharpen our view of the most distant galaxy. Studying black holes to help prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. I am a healer, giving doctors the power to turn mountains of data into life-saving breakthroughs. Identifying diseases like leukemia from a simple drop of blood, even in our own homes, and finding new ways to bring cures to market faster. I am a protector, keeping our oceans safe from invasive species, helping our crops flourish while minimizing pesticides. I am a helper, assisting customers in stores and the disabled in their homes. I am a navigator, mapping our world 1 millimeter at a time, and making even the largest self-driving vehicles safer for the long haul. I am a creator, learning to paint from the masters, applying their styles to create original works of art. I am a teacher, analyzing 500,000 player moves every game to identify strengths and weaknesses, and learn, discovering new strategies for complex games. I am even the composer of the music you're hearing. I am AI, brought to life by NVIDIA, deep learning, brilliant minds everywhere.
First video. Now, I just mentioned one such case in here is now showing whether we have leukemia or not. So, what was that video? It took a sample of blood, and then they were saying that they can analyze whether there is leukemia, patient is affected with leukemia or not. Okay. Leukemia is also known as the blood cancer. Okay. So which once you take early, it is very easy to cure. But if it is in the later stages, then cure is not so easy. Okay. So here, at any point when you take a blood, in case it could be either positive or negative. Okay. Clear? Isn't it? Okay. So either you take a blood and it will say that it's positive or it will be negative. Okay. Now I'll take you to your maths lessons, mathematics that you've learned in schools, high schools, where teachers tell you, give you two equations. Okay, they might pull out certain equations like 2x plus 3y equal to 5, first equation. Okay, and say 4x plus 3y equal to 7, and then they will say solve for x and y. Okay, and people who think about it, of course, you need only two such equations to solve two variables, and then you will find out, you know how to find out x and y out of given two equations. Okay, but what certain students ask this question is, how is this equations relevant to daily life? Okay. Isn't it? Have you ever asked this question? Where am I going to use these equations? 2x plus 3y equal to 5, and then 4x plus 7y equal to 9, or some equations will be there, and you solve for x and y, and you'll be thinking, where am I going to solve this x and y in life, real life? Okay. So this is one set of examples that you study, where teachers also will struggle to tell you the precise kind of examples where these equations will be of help to you. Okay. In machine learning, this is not the case. It's a completely different contrast, where every equation has a use value in real life. Okay, so we don't. There is no equation there which is not directly applicable in your real life. Okay. So I'll show you with an example here. We'll come to the case of blood cancer. Let's assume two parameters in a human body which affects, which can be visible when you're doing a test. Okay, I'm not a medical specialist nor a pathologist, but let me check. Okay, let's assume that one is the platelet count. Okay, you all understand by what is a platelet count? I don't understand. Okay, doctors say this is platelet count. They give us a figure, and you know this has got some relevance to the blood sample which is there, and they have a region, okay, of values which says that if you have this value from this point to this point, say 9 to 30, then you are safe. Okay? If it is below 9, it is a danger. If it is above 13, it's also dangerous. Okay, so that is one part. Also, let's take another such parameter. Okay, let's say white blood corpuscles, WBC. Okay, count. Okay. There also there will be some count. Let's assume it the safe zone to be say 50 to 60. Okay, below 60 it is dangerous. Above, okay, above 70. Did I say 50 and 60? Okay, so below 50 it is dangerous, and above 60 is also dangerous. Okay, so you have two such cases. Now let's assume you will take the blood samples of large number of patients who are affected with cancer. Okay, so you have their counts coming in. Okay, their WPC as well as platelet counts will be there. Okay. And what is the count? Suppose I say I put x1 as the WBC and X2 as the platelet count, and I say Y is my prediction, okay, whether this person has got cancer or not. Then what will be the value of Y? Y will be 1 if that person has got a cancer. Okay? For all the values of X1, all the values of X2, you will have 1 coming in for Y. Okay? Is that part clear? Okay. Then you can take a large number of samples from people who are in safe zone, who do not have the blood cancer. Okay, so you take another set of samples here. You say their WBC count and their platelet count, and then you give a Y value of 0 to them. Okay, so you have 2 columns there and a value pertaining to these 2 values. Okay, is that part clear? Now let's assume I give X1. Okay, I refer WBC count to X1 and platelet count to X2. Okay, is that part clear? Okay, so in first cases, say suppose a person has got a value there, 2 sets of values, and 1 will be there. Okay, so I say let's assume that coefficient is A and B, where A and B are the actual values there. Okay, so A X1 plus B X2 equal to 1 for first set of case, and A X1 plus B X2 equal to 0 should be the values for the second set of cases there. Okay, is that part clear? Then what I do is I find out for what values of A, okay, will this both these sets hold true. Did you get my point? Okay, so A and B are coefficients. I am trying to figure out for what values of A and B, okay, can I make this both these sets be true. That is AX1 plus BX2 equal to Y equal to 1 for all those cases which have cancer, and AX1 plus BX2 for all those non-cancerous cases. Okay, malign, one is the malignant cases, the other is the benign cases. Okay, and which where Y equal to 0. And then my idea is to find out the closest value of A and B, for which most of the cases in the cancer part will turn out to be correct, and most of the cases in the benign cases, okay, also will be correct. Okay, so this is what machine learning is. So it will tell you, suppose you have discovered, so machine learning will tell you these 2 figures are the ones for matching values for A and B. Okay, let's assume 10 is the value of A and 20 is the value of B, which means now given A and B, that is 10 for A and 20 for B, you can just, all that you need is these 2 values plus a patient who comes to you and asks, do I have cancer? Okay, then what will your counter question be? Please give me your platelet count and WBC. Okay, if you have a blood report with you. Okay, so what will that patient? Patient will give the patient's WBC count and the patient's platelet count. Okay, and then you will substitute in the equation and see whether you are getting a value closer to 1 or closer to 0. Clear? If it is closer to 1, you will say that there is a likelihood that, okay, the case is positive, so you have to go for additional test. The case is 0, you will say that you don't have a cancer, you can be happy. Is that part understood? Okay. Now this is only for two such features. Okay, I have taken 2 features from the blood sample. Okay. In machine learning, normally they figure out this, they extract large number of features. Okay. So if they are extracting say 100 features, okay, then it is very difficult to find out our A, B, C, etc. Okay, let's say A1, A2, etc. up to A100, okay, and then solve them. Okay, it's humanly, for a human it's very difficult. Okay, but when you give the machine learning algorithm, it will give you the approximate values for the near close values for A1 to 100, for which both these sets will have the correct values. Okay, is that part understood? Okay, so the entire domain of machine learning, all these applications that you'll see, is built upon this very simple, very fundamental problem. Okay, and if you have understood this, what I've said here in the last 5 minutes, you're all likely to become very good machine learning experts. Okay, so have you understood that? Yes, honestly. Okay, then you deserve a big round of applause. I've already So let's move into the second video. Again, the videos are the same. Okay. Outside video. We have time for most of these videos.
I am a protector. Exploring the expanses of space to keep our planet safe. And all the species that call it home. I'm a healer. Giving doctors the vision to create amazing cures. And using the heart's own magnetic field to diagnose itself. I am a guardian. Searching a mountain of data to keep us safe when we travel. Give people to find on this child. I am a helper. Powering autonomous machines that simplify our lives. Capture our greatest adventures. The vision. Anyone taxes don't need steering wheels. Those don't get roads. And even the composer of the music hearing. I am AI, brought to life by NVIDIA, deep learning, and brilliant minds everywhere.
About the second video, and in the first video and second video about navigation, there was something peculiar. What was that? Something very peculiar about navigation. You saw some vehicles moving around. What is so special about that vehicle? Okay, answer, yes. Aeroplane. Okay. No, I'm asking CP. Okay, good. So that was a drone kind of thing. Okay, pilotless aircraft. But what is so special about first the navigate? When you saw I am a navigator, okay, you saw certain visuals. Okay. So did you notice that? Notice? Okay. I'll play the third video and I'll ask the same question again. So watch out and tell me what is so special about the navigation there. Okay. Do you want me to play the first video? No. Okay, I will not play. I'll play the third video and I'll ask you what is so special about the navigation there. And then you can correlate, try to see whether there is anything similar to the first video and second video. Okay.
I am AI. Accelerating your discoveries to solve the great challenges of our time. I am a visionary, bringing characters to life with more natural movement, generating brilliant new worlds for them to explore, and inventing new ways to bring out the creative genius in us all. I am a protector, leading the way into the most dangerous environments and searching for signs of life. I am a guardian, listening for the sounds of destruction to save our forests, and using satellites to bring freedom to those who are enslaved. I am a navigator, finding safer paths for cross-country deliveries and taking personal travel to new heights. I am a scientist, exploring oceans of data to understand extreme weather patterns and studying the building blocks of life to save a community from hunger. I am a healer, giving hope to those who suffer from the most challenging diseases. Tapping into the brain to rejuvenate paralyzed limbs. Even the composer of the music you're hearing. I am AI, brought to life by NVIDIA, deep learning, and brilliant minds everywhere.
What question? Because you might not have seen the first visuals of Navigator. Okay, I play the first video once again for you, and then tell me what was so special about I am a Navigator. Is it boring?
Exploring a universe of data to sharpen our view of the most distant galaxies. Studying black holes to help prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. I am a healer, giving doctors the power to turn mountains of data into life-saving breakthroughs. Identifying diseases like leukemia from a simple drop of blood, even in our own homes, and finding new ways to bring cures to market faster. I am a protector, keeping our oceans safe from invasive species, and helping our crops flourish while minimizing pesticides. I am a helper, assisting customers in stores, disabled in their homes. I'm a navigator, mapping our world 1 millimeter at a time, and making even the largest self-driving vehicles safer for the long haul. I am a creator.
What's special about this vehicle? That there was no driver there. Okay, clear? Okay, so most of the other cases also are there. We are called them as autonomous vehicles where there is no driver. Okay, there might be cargo load. In this case, it's a cargo load, but now we have passengers also sitting behind it. Okay, so That so the point is, point I was trying to make is, the first case we try to see with two features whether you can have a set of A and B which will solve the equation and help you to predict whether the patient has got cancer or no cancer. Clear? Okay. Now in the case of navigation, it's also the same. Okay. Here you also have certain features, and what are those features? Features are the scenes in front of you. Okay. As the vehicle moves, it takes a picture. Okay. And in that picture, if you look at line by line, you will find, you can make out, like if you take a photograph in your smartphone, it will tell you it has got so many pixels depth. Okay. So it might say that it is some 32 pixel camera phone. Okay. What does that mean? Every film has got 32 million pixels. Okay. So here also in all those cases, the vehicle will have a camera in front of it, and the camera will take this photograph. Okay. And that photograph will have some 32 million features. Now, instead of two features which you needed to predict whether it's a cancer or not, okay, here you have 32 million features. Okay, some which show parts of road, some are sides of road. Okay, some pedestrians and other vehicles, some will be sky. Okay, some other buildings. So all these, pertaining to all these, there will be certain features there, and your value once you give this, there will be some corresponding A1 to A32 million also that you have to sort. Okay. And what is the end of that prediction? Prediction should be whether you need to turn left, turn right, accelerate, or apply brake. Okay. Some few conditions. Okay. So this is again instead of classifying earlier as two cases, whether it is cancer or not cancer, now you are having large number of features. Okay. Large number of coefficients to solve, and your prediction should be whether two number of classes are increased. Okay, instead of two, you have whether to turn left, whether to turn right. What do you do to turn left? Steering should be turned in anti-clockwise direction, and right in clockwise direction. Okay, whether to apply brake or whether to accelerate. Is that part clear? Okay, so decision equations are the same. Okay. Only part is application is totally different. Okay. In first case, it was just predicting cancer. Second case is it's helping a vehicle to navigate on its own. Is that concept understood? Yes. So let's move ahead.
And explore. Searching for the origins of our universe. Charting a safer path for other world. I am an author. Things forward, one step at a time. Giving voice to every emotion. Modeling the future of medicine. A needle in a haystack with every second counts. My ambition. Covering masterpieces lost to the ages. and finding new adventures in galaxies far along the way. Driving perfection in everything we create. Even negative of the story we are watching, of the story composer of the music. The world faces its greatest challenge.
Here in all these 4 videos, there was something very common. What was that? Four videos. One was common in all these things. All other examples were different. I am a composer, and then they were playing the same music. Okay. So what does it mean? It means that a machine learning model can also, if it is trained to generate music, it can generate a music. It can compose a music of its own. Okay. So how does it apply? Okay, we have learned 2 formulas here. Okay, with cancer, with pixels. Okay, so that you can take a left or right decision. And now comes the third one, which is whether it can generate music. Okay, so music, if you know, is just a set of notes. Okay, let's assume for this, I am not a music specialist, so what I say might be totally out of context, may be wrong. Okay, but let's assume it has got some saptaswarangal that we say, no. So seven piece of notes are there. Okay, and it's a cyclic repetition of say some of these notes. Okay, there might be variations in pitches and many other characteristics of music, and that is what which makes a series of notes convert into music. Okay, so how can you make a machine learn? Okay, so what does the machine do? In the first case, in the case of cancer, what we did was we trained the machine to learn to have a representation of the knowledge. Okay, and what is the knowledge? Knowledge was its count ratio in as far as the WPC and platelets were concerned. Okay, and that was the knowledge, and how to represent that in with just 2 coefficients A and B. Okay, in order to help you to come out with a prediction. Okay, is that what clear? In the second case of navigation, we had large number of variables, and when there are large number of variables, there will be large number of weights or coefficient associated with these features. Okay, and then you have to take a decision, and that decision could be turn left, turn right, okay, accelerate, or apply brakes or something of that sort. Okay, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, maybe additional classes. Now here it is very different. Okay, what is that? So you have to break it and see how it is doing. Okay, now assume you have trained the model. Okay, it's shown. What do you mean by training? You have shown large number of songs to the computer, okay, which has been trained to analyze the songs and understand it. Okay, and what it does is, given 5 notes, what it is doing is that it is coming out with the 6th note. Okay, so 5 notes are there with it, and then it will predict the 6th note, and then next one is given 6th note, it will predict the 7th note. Okay, and if you can extend it, what will happen is you will get an entire song. Okay, is that part clear? Okay, so assume that you have a model which has been trained to give 2 sequences, first 2 sequences, and then with that 2 sequences, what it will do is it will try to predict the 3rd one. Okay, and then what it does, now there are 3 with it. So given 3, it will give the 4th one. Okay, then with 4, it will give the 5th one, and it will proceed so on. Okay, so this is a very simple technique. Okay, and with this technique, it will be able to produce a song here. Okay, so this is in the time series. Okay, so speech, time, music, okay, all this belongs to that time series data where it predicts the next word. Okay, have you anyone of you used ChatGPT? How many of you have used ChatGPT? Teachers, please note for the next assignments. Okay, whether they are copying essays from ChatGPT. How many of you have copied essays from ChatGPT? Oh, very nice, honest students. Okay. So what does ChatGPT do? ChatGPT does the same thing. Okay. Even 2 or 3 words which you have provided to ChatGPT, you are giving certain constraints to ChatGPT and asking it to produce some text. Okay. You're asking it to produce some text, and then you are also giving some keywords. Okay. My teacher has given me an assignment on, okay, to write on essay on so and so, so and so. And Professor Ramakrishna has told that it should not be more than 2 paragraphs. Okay. And I am a student in Kakinada. So give me examples in and around Andhra Pradesh in Kakinada. Give me 2 paragraphs of sentence that I can solve. Okay. So what will ChatGPT say? Okay, thank you very much. Here it is, and then it will print out your essay for it. Okay. So what is it doing? It is doing, you are given those keywords, okay, essay in say artificial intelligence, in machine learning, or say something. Okay. So it will take those keywords and it will generate the, take out your first 2 words based on the question that you have provided. Okay. So you say that I want an essay, here's your essay. Once up, okay, if you want a story, it will say once upon a time there was, okay, and then you try, and then every time it does the same thing. Just like the song comes, it will produce the next word. Then there is a five set of words with you, it will be predict the 6th word. And once you have 6 words, it will predict the 7th word, and then so on. Okay. And then it will ask you where it should put that end of line. Okay, if it is 2 paragraphs, it will stop when it reaches 2 paragraphs. Clear? Is that part clear? Okay. So it's again a very simple technique, but we learned, what I have not told you is how this machine is producing that A and B coefficients. Okay. We call it as weights. Similarly, the weights needed to predict whether the vehicle has to turn left, right, okay, or accelerate or apply brakes. Okay. Also here, what should be the weights for which it has to apply for these 4 words, first 4 words, to generate, help the machine generate the 6th word correctly. Okay. In the case of music, if you are giving 5 notes, what are the weights associated with 5 notes so that you can get the 6th one correctly. Okay. And that part is what we are going to teach you in the foundations of modern vehicle. Okay. Foundations of modern vehicle. Let's start. By the way, is it boring? Almost the same music, okay, background music is the same.
Creator. Blending art and technology. Yes. to the power of music. Yeah. Shows that all the I am a protector. Great music. Regeneration to them. I am a storyteller. Giving emotion to words. To life. Thinking of the composer of the music. They are brought to life by video, deep learning, and brilliant minds everywhere.
Now, are there any queries from your side? Of course, we didn't touch all these examples, but all these examples are deeply connected, okay, and underlying principle is the same, okay. The only part is the domains of applications where you can apply that are, okay, are shown here, exemplified. You know, you can pick up your area where you want to excel. Suppose if it is in protecting, so wherever it says I'm a protector, so you can imagine your role to be a protector, navigator, creator, composer. Okay, all these things are some of these specialized roles that are available for you. Okay, and if you are not satisfied with any of these roles, you can come out with a role for your own. Okay, that is why we are extending this courses of this kind to all across India. And we are trying to see whether students can come out with some of these, you know, newer areas of application, so that these people, okay, the NVIDIA people are making the videos, they will also catch your attention. If you put it up on YouTube or something, they will catch the attention and then they will try to incorporate that. So these are the projects that people like you, students like you, have done sitting in universities or, you know, other research labs, okay, with just a laptop and an access to internet in front of them. Okay? And they have been able to produce something so good like this. Okay? And what is the overall objective of these kind of applications is to make our lives better and to make the planet a much more happier, healthier way to live for the generations to come. Okay? So I thank all of you for being here, and with this few words, okay, I am grateful to have this particular session, okay, the intro session of Fmml inaugurated for you. Okay, and I also thank your seniors here. Many of them have done some exceptionally good work here. They have been extended to their limits. If you, they didn't tell what the hardships they had to follow. We had around 50 weeks of course, which had some 40 standalone projects. Okay, and these projects that students have presented here are extensions, okay, not something which you have taught them, but they've broken out the boundaries and then they've created their own applications for it. Okay? So you all need not necessarily follow them. They have set a standard for you to follow. It is up to you whether you want to place step higher and then try to cross that barrier. Okay. So I wish all of you.
Sir, how is the performance of the previous batch in terms of?
Yes, so you would have asked them, so they would have explained it. But overall, we have the complete picture coming to us. We had around 323 students from TRIDE and then 124 from all over India, rest of the world. Okay? So other institutions in India, and these other institutions included Pilani, IIITs, IITs, and all the top universities. Okay? And then initially what we found is when you mix the audience, okay, those students will ask questions. They don't have any shyness of asking questions. We are shy of asking questions. Okay. So though these students ask questions, and then suddenly when you 3 or 4 students know in an online class, if they ask questions and you don't follow what the questions they are asking, you will feel that you are an alien, okay, not from this planet, okay, sitting there. So that will be an intimidation. Okay, you will get intimidated. Okay, so I'm sitting in with students now and I am not unable to follow them. Maybe they have studied some other school, come out from some other schools. Okay, but that's not the case. They have also studied the same thing. What they do is a very simple thing. Before coming to class, they look at the textbook, okay, and read something in advance, and then they try to ask the question here. Okay, so they manipulate a brilliant student's image, but over a period of time, Thai students understood the trick behind it. Okay, they unraveled it, and then they found that all that they're doing is this trick. And then they stopped getting intimidated. They started asking questions on chat box initially, and then finally they started asking questions and then challenging the TAs, the senior students from IIIT who are driving the tutorials, which is where you actually pick up the skills because you are in a direct conversation with the TA there. Okay. So from there they picked up, and then these TAs were also given office hours to help the students to solve their personal doubts if they have. Okay. So those kind of sessions also continued, and then towards the end we have seen that we had classified these students into 5 different categories based on their initial sets of performance. Okay. And we found that towards the end, the section part which was there in the lowest 2 brackets, okay, they were the ones who were moved very fast. That means towards the half of the course, they started picking up the logic correctly very fast, and then they improved. And many of them got scores which are at par or even better than the all India students who appeared for the course. Okay. So a big congratulations to all the teachers of KIT and all the other students who have worked behind the scenes. Okay, you should be thankful, especially Oma Miss was there, and many, I think the battery of teachers were there to help these students because that was the first batch. And now you will have the added advantage of the seniors to help you in case you have any specific doubts here. Okay, so I wish good luck to all of you, best of luck, and hope we will meet again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable explanation about machine learning and all. And I hope you all have learned something, right? How machine learning works in daily life, in agriculture, different sectors, right? In agriculture, healthcare, navigation, composer, a lot. So when we are like now I'm 4th year and we are done with the Fmml course already. And in the part of Fmml course, let me give my honest experience here. Like I have learned a lot of things from the inauguration time to ending, and in the middle you will get to go see the IIIT Hyderabad. Like for 3 days, we went for NSDD event, National Data Driven Instructions, Symposium on Data Driven Instructions, and there we have learned a lot. Like in 3 days, we have gained a lot of knowledge there. A lot of professors like the ma'am, and other medical professors, they have told us every aspect of AI in different sectors, like gaming, like you saw cricket, right? Similarly, they have shown us a lot of examples where AI can be used, where machine learning can be used. And we got a crisp clarity on how to choose our interest and work on it in machine learning aspect. So I hope you will also get to know a lot of things in upcoming days, and you will learn a lot from them. Thank you so much all, and hope you will have a great inauguration and great session of Fmml for 50 weeks. Thank you all.
So we have a group photograph in the ground. How do you come down? Can you know how many girls are there? 40, right? Quickly join to the first. Fast. Bring your backs. Get up, girls.
ఒకసారి పైన వాళ్ళు కాల్ చేసి కింద ఓపెన్ కొట్టి ఫోటో కావాలని చెప్పారు ఇది సెంటర్ నుంచి వచ్చింది
రాజదీప్ కింద 10 మంది వస్తారు ఈ మేడం పంపించి మేడం పంపించి సార్ మేడం ఇచ్చి బట్టలు మేడం వదలరు తెలిసి కాదు భాష కింద నువ్వేనా కింద లేదా దానికి ఇంత చదవడం సార్ కేలాపి సత్యానా సత్యానా సత్య ఇప్పుడు ఫోన్ చేసి మైక్ కావాలంటాడు
సార్ ఆకితే మార్చట్లేదు
సార్ అట్లా అయితే అట్లా సార్
నాకేం తెలుసు
సార్ ఎంత పోనీ ఎంత వస్తారు ఏం చెప్పి దానికి మైక్ వస్తుంది అరే ఇప్పుడు అది కాదు మైక్ ఇప్పుడు కావాలంటే సెట్ చేయడం అట్లా ఒక మాట చెప్పి మీకు ఇంత ముందు సారు జయకుమార్ సార్ చెప్పారంటగా మొత్తం ఒకసారి చెక్ చేసుకొని ఏంటి అనేసి తర్వాత సార్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ కాదు ఈరోజు పొద్దున కూడా అడిగారంట సార్ నిన్ను ఇప్పుడు ఏంది కింద కన్ఫర్మ్ పెట్టాలారా సర్లే దోషం ఇది స్ట్రెంత్ ఎంతమంది సరే ఎవరో మనిషిని పంపించు సెమినార్ ఫాస్ట్ పంపించు ఇప్పుడు పంపించేస్తాను ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి మళ్ళీ మైక్ తెచ్చావా ఏంటది నెంబర్ అంతా 201 ఏంది చూసావా వేసి ఇచ్చిందా 6 ఉందా చూడు ఇది యోగంలో ఉంటాయి 2 నెంబర్లు ఉంటాయి ఇదే నెంబర్ ఎన్ని లక్ష చిల్లర చెప్తారు హాలిడేసా ఏంది హాలిడేసా అంటే ఇట్లానే లాస్ట్ పిల్లల్ని ఎట్లా వదిలేసి వెళ్ళిపోతారు చిరాకు మనం ఒక ఆలోచన చేస్తాం, వీళ్ళు ఒక ఆలోచన చేస్తాం. అది ఏమైంది? గుడి మీద నడుస్తున్నట్టు చల్లరేసినట్టు ఉంటుంది. మొత్తం యాక్టివ్ లేదు అసలు ఇట్లాంటి వాళ్ళని. అంతే. యా సర్లే మైక్ పెట్టేసుకో కదా, మరి ఏం చేస్తాం. మైక్ కూర్చోండి. అయ్యో ఇక్కడ ఒకటి ఉండాలి ఇస్తారా? ఏందమ్మా? కూర్చుంటారంటే కూర్చోండి, మీ ఇష్టం. ఉమెన్స్ ఎక్కడ? అన్ని ఎత్తనం కదా చెదరు అన్ని ఎత్తనం. ఎడాలు మళ్ళీ తేవాలి. పట్టుకుని వస్తున్నాడు ఆగు. ఏంది ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆల్రెడీ వరకే, మళ్ళీ ఆఫ్ చేస్తావు ఆన్ చేస్తావు ఆఫ్ చేస్తావు. అది అట్లా అవ్వదు, ఇక్కడ ప్లగ్ పేకలి. వస్తాడారో సొరకాయ మీరంటే ఇప్పుడు అనమాట. అలా తెచ్చా రే
తీసుకెళ్తారా? అన్ని పెడతారా?
ఏసీలో పెడితే పని చేద్దాం వాడిపోతున్నా ఇస్తారా చెప్పరా ఇప్పుడు మ్యాక్సిమం ఎక్కడన్నా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి కింద కేహప్ లో ఉంటుంది పట్టుకెళ్ళిపోసాం
ఇది
ఇస్తారా